and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Force the debate. Force the town hall. It cannot be ignored anymore. It will not be ignored. We have to have this conversation now. And the thing is, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party can keep on screwing around, but you know what voters want? They want to hear these politicians talk. Yes. Because after Trump's town hall, I got to say, I want to see more town halls. I want to see more debates. They better happen because voters want to see it. But yet, both parties are now just sitting on their hands, twiddling their thumbs, hoping that we'll just be silent. I'm sorry. No, here's what I want. And I want to make it very clear on this show because we will be covering this election cycle. It's important to cover the 2024 presidential election cycle. We have to. But I'm not going to tell any of you how to vote. I'm voting independent. That's how I'm going to vote. I'm not going to waste my time supporting any Democratic candidate or Republican candidate. Screw that. But I want to be entertained. I want to see these jagoffs fight in the Coliseum. Go ahead. Entertain me. That's what I want. I want this election cycle to be coming at us all with a lot of great entertainment. Because let's face it, I just want to see who really thinks they have what it takes to be president of the United States. Because seeing the standard that Joe Biden has set, it's downright laughable. I would like to see him debate and prove to the American people that he's consistent, that he's reliable. But the Democrats won't do that because Biden's got some cognitive issues, suffering maybe from dementia, Alzheimer's. He's an old man now, not a spring chicken. So I want to pull up a couple videos from Case Study QB. Be sure to follow him on Twitter. He is wrongly being censored. Elon Musk, you should fix that because all what Case Study QB is posting on his Twitter page is clips from corporate media. And yet the previous Twitter administration, in their big brain wisdom, decided that his material was too much. So if you go ahead and look for his account incognito, not logged in at all, it's going to come up with a warning like, oh, this is a page that has very sensitive adult material on it. Hell, you almost think that there's some spicy content there, but as soon as you log in and click the view, oh, it's just a clip from Fox News or MSNBC or CNN. Twitter, fix yourselves. Fix it. So let's talk about how discussing force of debate on the Republican and Democratic side. Democrat, Republican lawmakers, party officials, the people want to see a debate. Make it happen.
So where does the campaign go from here? Well, traditionally, once the candidates get in the race, focus shifts to debates. And there's already controversy when it comes to those events. That's because it's unclear if former President Trump will actually show up at the first debate.
Trump, if you don't show up, you're a moron. No, I want to see that. What you did at CNN Town Hall, you better keep on doing that. Who told you not to show up? No. I want to see blood in the Coliseum. I never said I was the good guy of the story.
In Milwaukee, scheduled for August. Scripps News Milwaukee's Charles Benson has covered Wisconsin politics for decades. He gets us caught up on why this matters.
But we do know it will be our first chance to look at this growing GOP field of candidates side by side as they all make their case on why they want to be back here in Milwaukee in July of next year to accept their party's nomination.
Democrats, well, they have debate drama too, mainly because it looks like President Biden won't be participating. That has frustrated his challengers who are hoping debate.
Again, we know why the Democrats are not having Joe debate. Because they know he's going to be a struggling, stuttering, and a stammering. He needs his cheat cards. He needs to be patted on the head. He doesn't have what it takes. He's too old. Old. He can't do it. There must be a debate. And same thing too, Republican lawmakers. There must be a debate. Trump. You don't have a choice here, Donald Trump. You got to show up, Donald Trump. Is Donald Trump afraid to debate his quote-unquote challengers? Oh, come on. You can't be like Joe Biden. Donald Trump is nothing like Joe Biden, right? Because that's what I'm going to be thinking, and that's what everyone else is going to be thinking too. Is Trump too afraid to debate the sanctimonious? Are you really?
moments could catapult their campaigns. John Cossack with Scripps News Cleveland caught up with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s campaign manager, Dennis Kucinich, a former presidential candidate himself.
Does he have a path forward when you have an incumbent who does not even want to debate?
That's really going to be up to the American people.
Now, I want to pull up this other video here too, because again, look, Biden is struggling in the polls. He's the incumbent. Now, this is a clip from Fox News, so bear with us, folks, because they have their own interesting perspective. But look, Kennedy and Marianne Williamson are slowly climbing up to meet up with Joe Biden. By the way, Fox News, that number should be a little bit higher because I've seen polls where Kennedy's at 20 to 21%. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Update your stuff. Update your stuff, Fox News.
And there you see Robert F. Kennedy Jr. at 16%. Inside this poll, a couple of other interesting things. The Biden job approval. If you look at the breakdown, women, voters under 45, Hispanic voters, black voters, where the job approval is overall. The condition of the economy, excellent or good, 33% for Democrats, only fair, poor. And you see the.
Look at this. Look at these numbers. These are pathetic for Biden. Vote blue no matter who. What are you going to throw at us this time now? We got to vote for Biden because he's better? Things are getting worse. Things are getting terrible for under Biden. But we said this way back in 2020, that if Biden was to be elected into office, nothing, to quote his own words, would fundamentally change. In fact, they would get worse. Hey, all those activists and organizers, all those groups, Me Too, Time's Up, Black Lives Matter, where you at? Oh, right, nowhere. You guys went to brunch. And those three organizations I named, Pound Me Too, Time's Up, Black Lives Matter. Oh, that's right. They're all going broke and fizzling away because people see them as grifters and fraud institutions. Don't worry. If Trump gets elected into office, especially to all the brain dead people who vote blue no matter who and triggered by Donald Trump, there's going to be some other scam group coming up. Be careful of these organizations that are going to be telling you, we got to vote Democrat because we got to stop Trump. They're all going to be coming out the woodworks again. Controversial statement in 3, 2, 1. Donald Trump's the biggest job producer in the social justice warrior industrial complex. It's true. All these organizations, all these politicians, hell, even Trump's competition in the Republican primary, they would be nothing without him. They would be irrelevant without him. They need him more than he needs them.
Breakdown by party. It's time to check in on what these polls may be telling us right now. With me tonight, Kellyanne Conway, former senior counselor to President Trump, and Doug Schoen, former advisor to President Bill Clinton and longtime political consultant. Great to see both of you.
Good to see you.
Doug, when you look at those numbers, do you see worry?
I see profound worry. And the reason I say that is the approval is getting perilously close to 40% or even high 30s, which is almost very, very difficult to get reelected with those numbers. The economy, the top issue, his ratings are decidedly negative. And in the primary, only 62% are voting for him against two effectively non-serious candidates. I think Robert F. Kennedy Jr., based on his name, his message, and alienation from the incumbent, could get as much as 30%, which would be calamitous for the incumbent.
I also want to pull this up here because speaking of the incumbent, this is a clip from BSDNC. Again, look, Biden campaign has indicated to progressives that they have nowhere else to go. They need him. At least according to the Biden administration, that progressives need President Joe Biden. But already it's looking like, that that people may be looking for somebody else. Here, let's go and pull up this video.
Well, I think some Democrats feel like that the White House might be giving away too much here. And the White House pushes back to that. And they say, look, the priorities of this party, including the Inflation Reduction Act, that's enshrined. We're not negotiating over that. This is stuff that we can make some compromises on. But some on the left feel that they're being put in an uncomfortable position where they would have to support things like work requirements for those receiving federal aid, including programs like SNAP.
This is what happens when you compromise, and compromise with the DNC. Progressives who think that changing the Democratic Party can happen. DSA, Democratic Socialists of America people, social Democrats, all the people who are in the vote blue no matter who crowd. Do you really think voting Democrat's going to make things better? They keep on, once again, lying to you over and over again. You think Biden has your best interest at heart? I mean, come on, what world are you living in?
So the progressives, I think, will tell you that throughout the Biden administration, they have sort of got the short end of the deal a few different times. That said, the White House rebuts that and say, look, we have a good relationship with the progressives, more so than other Democratic presidents. Look at all.
Hey, let's have democracy in the chat. To anyone in the political spectrum, are you better off with Biden and his policies since Trump? A type 1 for, oh yeah, things are great. Everything's hunky-dory. Biden made America awesome. Returned his soul back. Everything's fine. Type 2 like, Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter who sits in the White House. We're all dying and struggling here. Madness and insanity all around.
The long-held party priorities we've been able to get past and are now into law. And frankly, aides will also say, well, those progressives don't really have anywhere to go. There's no credible primary challenge to President Biden on the horizon.
So I guess Marianne Williamson and RFK Jr., they're just not credible enough, right? Even though, again, RFK Jr. is like, what, polling between 16 to 21%, give or take on one of the polls. But I mean, come on, this early on in the race, those are pretty interesting numbers. And again, Biden's approval rating is just plummeting and falling down. Jeez. MSNBC, I don't know if I know the DNC will definitely rig the election and put their weight on the scale because they have already admitted that they can choose who they want to be their nominee behind closed doors. But you really think you could just, convince people again that what Biden's the best? That he's some sort of young up-and-comer? He's an old man suffering from a lot of issues.
They do have confidence that they'll get there, but it might be a vote that some Democrats aren't thrilled to have to take.
Now, look, I did make a joke way back, I think in 2020 or 2021. I think Daniel and I were talking about it. And that is, in 2024, we should be ready to see the repeat of two old men fighting over a cold bowl of soup. Biden versus Trump. And look, there's a tweet from Case Study QB. Most Americans think Biden and Trump would be a disaster and setback if elected. First, we have Biden. What would a Biden 2024 mean for you, the country? Disaster, 41%. Setback, 26%. Step forward, 27%. Triumph, only 7%. Now, again, Trump's number is a little bit better for in regards to triumph, 17%. Bigger numbers than Biden. Step forward, 27%. Setback, 12%. Disaster, 44%. Huh. Well, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Because remember, the same people who donate to the Republican Party also donate to the Democratic Party. The DNC and RNC are friends with each other. It's one big club, and you ain't in it. But I want to see the debates. I want to see these politicians fight. I want to see them get uncomfortable. I want to see them struggle. I want to see them cry. Cry! I think we deserve, the American people deserve to know who's running for office and why they think they have our best interest at heart. Again, folks, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. I'm going to vote independent. I'm going to vote third party. But as someone who covers the news, gives commentary and analysis, let's be very clear here. I want to hear these candidates talk. Democrats, if you're so confident, have Joe Biden debate. Republicans, have the debates. Trump, you better show up. You're a showman. You made a career in television. You don't have a choice. You better show up. I'm hoping that we get more town halls, and I do hope that we get debates because I deserve and you deserve to be entertained. Let's laugh at these politicians as they somehow think that them telling lies to us is somehow convincing. Let's see who actually wants to fight for our vote because they have to earn our vote. That's what we should remind these politicians. We don't need them. They're supposed to work for us, not the other way around. And Hard Lens Media will be covering the 2024 election. Stay tuned and grab the popcorn.